if you're thinking about starting the carnivore diet, this is how I would recommend you do it. And these are some lessons or things I wish I knew about 2 or 3 years ago, because it would have made my transition onto the carnivore diet a lot smoother, a lot quicker, and a lot more functional. So these are just things I've learned in hindsight from my own personal experience and trial and error. You've probably done your research, you've come up with the reasons why you think this is a good thing to implement. There's obviously a reason that spurred you on and got you excited and motivated to start the diet. And normally you want to make a massive change in one go. So you've seen all these benefits, and that's called uninformed optimism. So you're very optimistic and you want to probably go all in on the carnivore diet. I would recommend you don't do that, right? Instead, you want to apply informed pessimism, which is the realization that it's not going to solve all your problems and it's not going to be this magical way of eating. In fact, it's going to be very hard because you're eliminating all sugar. You're probably very addicted to sugar and carbs, and it's going to be very hard. And you'll find that out after about 2 days. This is why when you set the intention to start a new habit, the uninformed optimism gets you all excited, and then the informed pessimism makes you quit after about 3 days. So it's very difficult to transition. Any addictive substance is hard to give up. So this is what you should do instead. Continue eating exactly what you're eating, but implement one carnivore meal. So I've heard top carnivore creators say they recommend doing a 30-day challenge, and that is a good way of doing it. But don't go strict carnivore for those 30 days. Just add this one meal. And this is on top of what you're already eating. You're not restricting anything, you're not removing anything. You could be a vegan, a vegetarian, it don't matter what you're currently eating, you're just adding this carnivore meal. So that's your challenge. Now we're coming into July. No, we're not. We're coming into August in a couple of days. So you might want to prepare and start the challenge for August. Now this is the challenge. You create this one meal, which is 250 grams of ground beef, about 10 grams of liver, 10 grams of heart, or whatever organs you can get hold of. 10 grams is a small amount. If you don't like the taste, you're not going to notice it when you mix it in with a mince. Cook it in either butter, ghee or tallow. Season with sea salt and have 1 raw egg yolk. And this is it. I think it's about 800 calories. And you might think, well, if I add this 800 calorie meal, I'm going to gain weight and my goal is to lose weight. It doesn't matter. I've done this many times. You're not going to gain weight by adding this meal. It's highly nutritious. Your body's going to utilize it for other uses and not storing as fat. It will store the carbs you're eating as fat, but it's not going to store this as fat. So you can add this on top of what you're currently eating and not gain any weight. Why this meal? It's the conclusion you're going to come to if you're new to the carnivore diet. You look at all the OGs that have been doing it a long time, they all come to the same conclusion. You want to eat ruminant animals, so that's beef. Organ meats are highly nutritious, so that's why we've got the organs there. I've come to the conclusion, and so have other carnivores, that egg whites can be detrimental, so I'll do my research and give you an explanation why that's true. So I don't do egg whites. I was eating a lot of bacon in the beginning because that was palatable to me and I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't recommend bacon. That's not a ruminant animal, and there are downsides to that. So that's it. Don't go all in. Create one carnivore meal and eat it every day. And this wants to be the first thing you eat. So this is another kind of sticking point with the carnivore diet. The meals are very strange. Normally people are used to waking up and eating a traditional breakfast, cereal, toast, whatever you're used to. These are like breakfast meals. With the carnivore diet, you're eating beef and animal fat essentially straight away. So whenever your first meal is, we can talk about intermittent fasting, time restricted eating and all of that. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're currently doing, whenever you would eat breakfast normally, this is the meal you eat. After that, eat whatever you normally eat. So why would you do it like that? One, you're actually going to be able to stick to this because it's not difficult. You're eating more than you'd normally eat. So if overeating is a problem for you, well, that's not a problem because you're actually eating more. It's highly nutritious, so it's going to displace, over time, it's going to displace some of the other things you're eating. This is why it naturally is a good way of progressing. Otherwise, your other option is to go all in on carnivore, eliminate all sugar and addictive substances, and then you're left with a carnivore diet, the meat, and it seems very hard, like you can't stick to it. So with this, you eat this carnivore meal every day, and it's an achievement. Every day you eat it, you're succeeding on your challenge, and it's actually quite easy to succeed on. So after a month, you can say, well, I did the carnivore diet for a month successfully, and then slowly that 800 calories you're getting from the meat is going to disappear in other areas. So you're not going to continuously overeat 800 calories. You're going to go, well, I would have had a slice of toast as well for breakfast, and then you get rid of the slice of toast because you've just had a very satiating, nutritious meal. Your body's not craving nutrition at that point. So that's what I would do. Don't go all in. Do this one meal, and this one meal is the meal you're going to come to anyway. After a couple of years of doing research and watching podcasts, some of the top guys like Sean Baker, Anthony Chaffee, it's ruminant animals that you're going to end up eating anyway. So you could do the carnivore diet, get yourself some chicken breasts, bacon, salmon, and all of these other meats, but you're going to do your research, you're going to go down the rabbit hole and find out that salmon farming is terrible and the fish are really low quality. Chickens are fed on grains and that's detrimental, so you're going to want to end up eating ruminant animals anyway. So you might as well make this meal beef. 250 grams beef mince, 10 grams of liver, 10 grams of heart, cook it in butter, ghee or tallow, and a raw egg yolk. And that's how you start the carnivore diet. Set yourself a challenge, a 30-day challenge, at least 30 days. For those 30 days, you do exactly what you've always done. Eat when you normally eat what you normally eat, but the first thing you eat every day has to be this one meal. Over time, that's going to displace things that are less nutritious. You're not going to gain weight. You're going to have more nutrition in the body, so you're going to be craving food less. And that is how I would transition over to the carnivore diet. So my goal with these YouTube videos is to help people lose weight and improve their health, essentially. So I've seen good results in my own life. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist. I'm literally just a guy in a forest who's implemented these changes. I've done my own research, and through trial and error, this is what I've come up with. It's helped me. I was overweight since when I was a kid, and this is how you can kind of tell if something is worthwhile or not, because I see a lot of fitness influencers, like there's a guy, V-Shred, I can't remember his actual name, I'll put it on screen, and his adverts are basically like, yeah, you can eat pizza and still have abs. Well, I've never seen a before picture for this guy. I've never seen this guy addicted to food and massively overweight. I'll put some pictures of me. This is me as a kid, like all the way through my childhood, addicted to food, massively overweight. So whatever works for that guy, he could eat pizza and he'd have abs anyway. So you can't listen to the advice from these people. Whereas me, if you struggle with the same things I do, if you're like him, he might struggle to gain weight, like a hard gainer, then you could listen to his advice. But if it's the fact that you're overweight and you're trying to lose weight, then you need somebody who's legitimately been fat for the majority of their life. And to be able to reverse that, I've tried all the diets and this is the one that actually works. So this is what I would recommend for you. So my goal is to help at least one person lose weight and improve their health by implementing the carnivore diet. So if you want to reach out, send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram account looks a bit sketchy because I've got no pictures or anything, but send me a DM and I can work with you one-on-one, because I want to help one person lose weight using the carnivore diet. So any questions, anything you want to know, I can help you out with. Just things I've learned and things that might save you a bit of time and trial and error. So this is how I would start the carnivore diet if I was you. We're coming into August. Set that as a 30-day challenge, or just for the month of August. So when you're starting the carnivore diet, sometimes it's tempting. You think, oh, I'll buy some chicken, buy some bacon, buy some salmon, and then you're eating different things every day because you're still chasing variety and that kind of hit you get from eating palatable food. when in reality the most nutritious food is going to be ruminant animals. Just eat that every single day. Don't go for variety. Eat the same thing, the same carnivore meal every day of the next 30 days. You can eat your other stuff to satisfy that desire, but this is the challenge. So let me know how you get on. Let me know down below if you are going to do this as a challenge for the month of August, and then we can kind of make it a community thing. If you want to talk to me and I'll help you with some tips and tricks that I've learned, send me a message, Connor Woodman on Instagram, and I'll start doing more videos that show the benefits. You've done your research, so you probably know what the benefits of the carnivore diet are, but we'll go into some more specific things and just things I've learned from doing it. It's had a huge benefit for me, and I'm sure it will for you. Have a good day, bro. Speak to you tomorrow.